How you doing, everybody? Nick DiVirgilio here to talk to you about this really cool line of mixers from Mackie. This is their ProFX line. These are really easy to use, really versatile mixers that sound great and will work in just a ton of different situations. And at the price point these mixers are at, it is just an awesome deal. There's 4 mixers in the line. There's an 8-channel, 12-channel, 16-channel, and 22-channel. The 22-channel version is the only one we don't have here on the table right now, and that's because it is exactly the same as the 16-channel version, just with more inputs, right? Same EQ, same effects, same everything. And I'll get into all those details for you in just a second here. What Mackie was trying to accomplish with these mixers is to make it easy for you, the end user, to show up to a gig, to your rehearsal, to your church, your house of worship, and be able to just put the mixer up, plug the stuff in, and get ready to go and making music just like that. And it really is that easy to use. And with everything they piled into these mixers, you would need, a rack 10 feet tall and a bunch of outboard gear to accomplish the same thing that this one little mixer does. And I'll get into those details with you right now. On the 16-channel version, I'm going to focus mostly on the 16-channel, but I'll tell you about the 8 and 12 as well, because they're pretty much the same mixer as the 16, just with a few less options. With the 16-channel version here, you get 10 very low noise, high headroom, great sounding mic pre's. The 8-channel has 4 of those same mic pre's, and the 12 has 6 of those same microphone inputs. All of the line inputs are the same kind of high headroom, very low noise mic pre as well. On the 16, you get 4 inserts for if you do want to plug in your own outboard gear, you certainly can. A really cool feature on the 16 and the 22-channel version, not the 8 or the 12, is their one-knob compressor. And it's a 6-to-1 ratio, soft knee, very easy-to-use compressor for things like vocals, bass, guitar, snare drum, anything where the dynamics go up and down a lot and you want to kind of control them. That's very easy to use. You just turn the knob up to get it to where it sounds good and it's doing the job, and you're good to go. On the 16-channel and 22-channel versions, you get great 3-band EQ, but you also get sweepable mids. You don't get the sweepable mids on the 8 and 12-channel version, and they sound really good. For instance, very easy to use. Turn a little bit of high end up here right now. Probably hear it coming in and out. The sweepable mids sweep very nicely, very smooth. Put it back to center so you can kind of hear it at its normal spot. Every channel comes with a 100 hertz low-cut filter. Get 2 monitor sends and an effects send. There's internal effects I'll tell you about in just a second. Panning, muting, these great 60-millimeter faders, and your routing of the subgroups and main left and right. Every mixer in this Mackie ProFX line has their own internal effects, and they're really, really good, and they cut out all the faff. They cut out all the extra stuff that you'll probably never use in a live music situation, like robot-sounding delays and pitch-shifting stuff that is really cool for certain things. But if you're going into a gig, into a church session, or you're in a high school or a rehearsal, most of the time you're just going to need reverb, delay, maybe a little bit of chorus, and you get 16 really good, clean-sounding effects on any of the consoles you buy. They're really easy to use. Such as, for instance, it's a nice clean reverbs. Here's their basic number 1 reverb. And I'll slowly scroll through a couple of the different effects that they have here. This is number 5. This is the warm hall reverb, warm hall. Your cathedral reverb. Yeah, hello, check, check, 1, 2. And they have a few different delays. Set at 300 milliseconds, 380, and 480 milliseconds. And the last one is a little reverb and delay together. All those effects are actually really, really usable. There's even a foot switch input here on the top of the console, so you can turn the effects on and off with a foot switch and not have to do it by hand when you're up there performing. Great feature. Every mixer in the ProFX line has the same 7-band graphic EQ for EQing the main left and right output, and it sounds great. Very easy to use. It's bypassed right now. You just turn it on. Hey, I just added a lot of high end, took down a lot of mids. Very easy to kind of manipulate however you want. Back out. And again, this is all the same stuff in the 8-channel, 12, 16, and 22. So you get all the same really great sounding things on all the mixers. One of the really, really great features of every mixer in the line is the USB function. With a simple USB cable, you can connect it to your computer, and you can stream music from, like, say, iTunes or your iPod. And it's great for a live situation where you have, say you're in a club and you have a bunch of different bands playing one night, and you need to have filler music in between the bands? Well, you can stream your music directly from your iTunes into the computer. On channel 15 and 16 of the mixer here, there's a button for USB. You press the button in, and all of a sudden, you're streaming music directly onto channel 15 and 16. You can even EQ the mix. You can route it to the mains or different subs. And on top of the streaming of the music into the console, you can also record from this console directly to your computer. It comes with a version of Traction software you get when you buy the mixer, or you can use it with just about any other DAW that is on the market. And you can set up your band sounding really, really great, record the main mix, then you can send that main mix back into channel 15 and 16 and actually overdub. So it's a little bit of a multi-track mixer, but I mean, for rehearsals and for recording live gigs, so you can, check out what you did every night and fine-tune your performance, it's a really, really great, super easy-to-use option. There's 48-volt phantom power on the console, so you can always plug in your condenser microphones. Very easy to route just about anything you want. There's 2 different monitor sends, where you can have monitor mixes. You can have your own outboard effects if you want. It's just super easy to use. Control room outs, sub outs for different sub mixes, and it's really, really great, easy to use mixer. And like I said before at the beginning of this whole thing, the price point is so low, it's ridiculous how much great sound and ease of use in a console you get with these Mackie mixers. All right, everybody, if you're in the market for a great sounding, easy to use, portable mixer that'll work in a ton of different situations, from clubs to churches to gyms to high schools, anything like that, these Mackie ProFX mixers are really great, very easy to use. I've been speaking through the 16-channel version this whole demonstration here, just to show you how great it sounds and the effects and different EQs that are on it. And just to reiterate again, all the mixers in the line have the same built-in 32-bit running man effects, the same 7-band graphic EQ, almost the exact same EQs, only you get the sweepable mids on the 16 and 22-channel versions, and you get the one-knob compressor on the 16 and 22-channel versions. You don't get that on the 8 and 12-channel versions. Other than that, the mixers are pretty much identical. They sound great and a killer price point. Definitely a great option to check out. If you need any more information about these Mackie ProFX mixers, just contact your Sweetwater sales engineer.